And 3, 2, 1, go. So, first stage, Aquario, pretty simple.
Yeah, the basic premise of this game you're going to catch on pretty quick here is kind of one room at a time, just get through, progress through the game. Some rooms will be blocked by keys, other rooms will be blocked by you have to kill all the enemies. Rarely there'll be some rooms you could just kind of go through, and as long as you survive, you're fine. Our hero here is Lieutenant CometStriker.
Yep.
He's a little dude in a spacesuit. He's got a boost, he's got a gun that shoots straight forward, can't shoot up or down or anything like that, and that's where some of this challenge is going to come from. Eldra has chosen to play on very hard because he's insane, and I love him for it.
Yeah, very hard is it's like an entire layer of like more difficult stuff added. There's 4 difficulty in the game, and you have limited life and credits to in the other difficulties. So
yeah. And enemy behavior is always tweaked. There's some extra enemies too as you go up in the higher difficulties.
yeah,
It's not always that shots go faster too. Like sometimes the shots go slower and you're stuck having to dodge them for longer. But this game also has mid-bosses, and the Scuttlefish is here.
yeah, the boss are pretty awesome in this game. Their pattern are randomly chosen, like on a set of them, but. So you need to kind of adjust yourself on the fly. And okay, this room is not going so well. Okay, I lost.
Yeah, this room's a fun room.
Now you see the other mechanics of the game where you lose your power-ups.
So yeah, there are 3 power-ups. Eldra's been collecting a few of them as we've gone. The shield, which is somewhat self-explanatory, protects you from a hit. It does explode into an 8-way shot when you do lose it though, so it helps a little bit there. There's also the super gun, which gives you a higher rate of fire, and it doesn't actually do more damage with most of the characters in this game, but the high rate of fire, you know, higher DPS. And the triple boost. That lets you boost 3 times instead of once before it recharges, which actually leads us to talking about the boost in the first place. You see every now and again Eldra's doing this little dash maneuver. That's the boost. The boost lets you go through shots. It's also an attack. So being able to boost 3 times instead of once before having to like sit and recharge for a little bit is extremely helpful as the run goes on. Also, if you have the shield on when you boost into something, it does a little extra damage than if you don't have a shield. So keeping triple boost and shield is key. And naturally, the shield and the boost are the first 2 power-ups you lose as you start to get hit.
Yeah. Yeah, you can use in a time attack setting. You can use your shield to do extra DPS, which is a really neat mechanic.
It is. Unlike these like little gray bugs that are sort of like the grunts of this first stage. I think they have 3 hit points, so they take 1 hit from the shield, or you know, you sit there and you shoot them a few times without it. So you know, little strats that you have to adjust as you go, depending on how well you're playing.
Oh, yeah, I stabilized, so we're good now. I've got the full power now. Oh my god.
See, the first stage is the first stage. This is Bubble Crab.
Yep. And yeah, on very hard, he shoots a lot of bullets.
To kind of go back to what you were talking about earlier with boss and mini-boss patterns, I believe the way the game's programmed, they try to get as many patterns in as possible before they start repeating patterns. Whoa, boy!
Okay, that was a bit dicey, but we should be good.
Very hard is fun.
Yeah, it's really fun. Like everything they added to it is like so good. I love the bosses on this.
You know, that's 1 core.
Yep.
There's some grades, there's stuff like that. There is a score attack leaderboard in game too, if that's your thing. But this is speed running.
Yep.
So this, what's the second stage? Is Floro?
Yeah. Apparently they added the stage like they added the name of the stage like near the end of the development. So.
And it's like, we gotta name this place. The developers have actually been hanging out in streams of this game a lot, and they're awesome people.
Yeah, they're very
so
supportive.
They show up if they're here right now. I'm just like, thank you so much for this game.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap on Steam too.
So yeah, the second stage is just a little more intense than the first one.
I think it's like on very hard, it's a bit easier than the first one, but there's a bit more going on in it.
Yeah, the bees kind of as enemy generators becomes a problem.
Yeah.
And you start getting these lasers and falling rocks as obstacles. So, stage 2 gets a little fun.
Yeah.
And anytime you have enemies that are charging you in this game, and there are a lot of them, not having the triple boost can sometimes be troublesome.
Oh yeah. You don't want to lose that triple boost ever.
Yeah, don't ever lose triple boost. Lose shield if you have to. Sometimes even lose it to get that 8-weight shot to clear a room out for you.
Yeah,
Don't lose the boost.
I'm probably not gonna do that as much since this is in the marathons, I think. But
Gotcha.
gotta go fast.
I still think the mid-boss of stage 3 is where the game really starts to get
Oh,
spicy.
Yeah. Oh, I lost my booster. That's bad.
Ooh.
I mean,
Oh,
my
yeah.
shield.
This is the snake.
Yeah.
I think Chad is obliged to type snack now or something. Oh my god, there's so many more shots on screen than in other difficulties.
Yeah.
And of course the snake also has this pattern where it will slam into the ceiling, sending falling rocks at you. Because why not?
Easy.
So at this point I think we've seen all the patterns for it. Easy. And I think almost every stage the room after the mid-boss has a 1-up in it.
Yeah.
Which for very hard is useful.
Yeah, it's useful, but if everything goes right, I don't really need them usually.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the game can be like I have a pretty generous estimate for very hard because it's tough, man.
So the game starts doing this little trick too around now, where this is the last room probably on stream. Half the room is cut off by a key, and as soon as you pick up the keys, you unleash the swarm on you.
Yeah, your delay seems to be fine. Oh no. Okay, I should still be fine. I just need to not get it. Like, okay.
Just keep the boost.
Oh no, I messed up. Okay.
It's still good. It's still good. Very Hard also has rooms that just have more keys in them than some of the other difficulties. So
Yep.
it's harder in many ways. I would say that Very Hard is very hard.
Oh.
It's an astute observation.
Yeah, this room is pretty. Can be nasty sometimes.
All the rooms with falling rocks get troublesome. I'm gonna keep saying troublesome because you're focused on shots, you're focused on other enemies swarming at you. Then you have rocks falling down, which becomes even more fun when you fight the boss here. Basically, every pattern is kicked off by slamming into the wall.
Okay, that's a nice pattern.
This one is pretty good. I want to say the Queen Beetle has like 5 attack patterns.
Yeah.
And that's one of the easier ones to deal with.
Yep.
Except if you don't shoot those pods before they explode, then there's just more shots on the screen.
And yeah, it can be pretty difficult to maximize your DPS sometimes. You gotta be aware of your like positioning. and sometimes you can manipulate it, like this part. She slam when you're on the vertical.
You basically
position.
cross through her X position.
Yeah.
There go the cards. Shout out to Mute Crimson.
Yep. Queen Mutt. And we have 2 cores down.
The actual lore here is that there are aliens invading, and we need the power cores from the other planet to power some sort of defense system.
Yeah, you could.
The one here on Basor, which probably is the best music in the game. The lore, I believe, is that the machines here actually joined forces with the parasites, so we have no problem shutting them down.
And I had no idea about that. I usually just shoot stuff.
This is speedrun mode of the game, so that's why you're not seeing any of the like intermediate stage cutscenes or anything like that. That's also why there's no official speedrun mode, but like you can turn the cutscenes off. You see that timer in the bottom right of the screen. We use in-game time for the leaderboards. I think if you don't spend too much time between stages, it's about a minute and a half off. You can go ahead with something.
All right, we actually have 3 donations in.
Nice.
Augendrocker donated $10. If 6 more people here donate $10, we can hear more of Eldra and Cab talking on stream. And who doesn't want that? But actually, that that needs to be fixed because Colonel Fatso donated $20. No comment left unstricken. Put this to Labyrinth mode. And then Sal0CK donated $5.01. I ain't got much to donate right now, but I really hate seeing an incentive not met. Here's a bit more to help. Put it towards the Labyrinth showcase, please. So thank you, everyone, for your donations. And that puts us really close now. We're only $34.99 away.
Very nice. Thank you all for the donation. Here you saw me pick up a live, and that's not because I wanted the live. It's because when you pick up power-ups or items, you get a bit of invulnerability period, and you like that. Oh, that's the worst pattern.
Oh my. So this is the generator. This is the first like really bullet hell section of the game.
Ah, I didn't want to
Nice
lose my
little-
shit here. It's fine.
You can tell which pattern you're getting based on the color of the generator itself.
That's the one you want.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is not bad either.
It's actually really nice that these shots fly by fast on this difficulty because it makes it that much easier to kind of dodge between everything else.
Yeah.
And yeah, these red panels you're seeing, when they turn bright red, they will cook you if you go through them, so don't do that. Just more obstacles, more death. Oh god!
Oh my god!
Speed noises! The hover tank is always fun, so...
That was crazy. I don't know how I didn't get it here.
It's all according to the plan.
Alright.
Got a couple of these enemies here. With the shields just
no,
shooting them.
I wanted to take a hit there and take the shield, but I destroyed the power-ups too soon. Oh, here's another pretty nasty screen.
Yeah, this one with the giant firewall in the middle is just a pain. Especially with the exploding bugs. If you like stop your boost in the middle of them, even if you kill them, there's a good chance you're going to take the hit.
Oh, yeah. And these combo are really hard to dodge when you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, the hardest problem with like those like shielded enemies, it's not that alone they're all that difficult. It's that in the middle of a room with everybody else.
Yeah.
And like this room, it doesn't look that bad. Eldra's gonna make it look easy. That's all the triple boost at work. Because otherwise you're doing like one boost at a time, hoping that you survive.
And here I abuse a bit of the fact, oh, okay, that was froze. Yeah, I abuse of the fact that I use my shield to get some iframe, and then I picked up a power up and it gave me more iframes. So you want to
Yep.
maximize the time that you get them. And I still have all of my buff, so that's good.
Keep going. Fight the snake.
Oh, that's a dinosaur, by the way.
Oh, it's a dinosaur?
Yeah, that's a T-Rex.
Cool.
According to the official lore of CometStriker.
Oh, wow. That one I missed. I'm learning so much on the stream. This is an example of a pattern where the shots actually go slower on very hard.
So far, I've been getting one of the best pattern I've ever seen on this bus. Yeah, that's the best I've ever seen. You don't want the blue pattern.
You don't want those, like, straight
Oh,
blue lasers. That's awful.
He didn't even give me it to me once, so that's awesome.
That's fine. That's fine. Marathon luck. Take it.
Yeah.
Comet Raptor.
Oh, that was a S rank too. Nice.
Nice.
To get the S rank, you need to. You can't get it once through your shield, and you need to hit all of the part times for every room, which are
If you
pretty.
look up on
Yeah.
the top display, there's a par and a ticking number next to it on the right. Basically, you need to get through every screen without that number hitting 0
Yeah, it's
for the S rank.
it's
There is a
pretty
mode where you can
generous.
It is pretty generous. You can turn it into a death timer too, if that's your thing,
Yeah.
and force yourself to have to get through screens that fast or lose a life.
Easy dragon.
Easy dragon.
Alright. There is some more power up abuse.
The dragons in this stage are a little scary, since
Oh,
they
thank you.
fire off nice big wave of shots at you, and then generally move in your direction.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful with your boosts.
And yeah.
These silver dots in the background are also basically proximity mines,
Yep.
so you have to be a little careful around them.
And you don't want to lose your boost in this stage because it's pretty difficult to manage without it. There is even a mode where you can play without power up, but yeah.
The claim is every room can be cleared without any power-ups.
Yep.
I'm not sure why you would want to find out.
Well, it's good for practice too.
That's true. These sort of globe enemies will reflect shots at you.
This is I don't know why I have so much trouble with this room today. Well,
Okay, we lost you for a second, I think.
already. Okay.
There we go. A few times. Eldra figured out a lot of the patterns to just escape safely.
Yeah. There was the first pattern. He put mines all over the field, so that's kind of bad, but it's manageable. There, I went a bit carefully because
Yeah, you got tagged by one of the mines.
yeah, it should just still be fine since I still have my gun power up.
So these are the other dragons.
Yeah. Okay.
Those ones don't actually shoot at you, but they charge right at you, and it is not fun.
No.
I mean, I haven't seen this top path in a long time.
Please get the power up.
Get
oh,
the health.
No. I didn't want to do that. Okay, it's fine.
Normal health drops are worth 2 hit points back. The big stars near bosses are worth 4. Those shield enemies that chase you are a pain.
Yeah, they shoot a lot of bullets. these floaty guys take a lot
The
of
caravans.
yeah, they take a lot of hits.
Just their movement, because they can jump high or jump low, so it's not just a set.
I'm gonna take a death here to refill my health.
Just get the refill. Taking a death for a health refill in this game, especially when you don't have any power-ups, is not a bad idea at all.
No.
Because it's many times you'll kill like half the room, you'll be struggling, and then you take the hit that actually kills you, and you don't want that to happen. Of course, this is also very hard, so lives are limited. A lot more than they are in some of the other difficulties. There we go.
Oh.
So we had a $37.84 donation from Gare Bear that had no comment, and it went towards Super Mario Brothers 3, 100%. And we also got a $350 donation
Whoa.
from
Wow.
LV Creed. So
Thank you, Creed.
Creed. Just doing my small part in helping some fellow runners get to HDQ. Let's keep up the good work and, you know, bring these guys over. For incentives, it was split $235 to Mario 3, $50 for Ocean Kirby, and $65 for New Game Plus X7. So we are still looking for $34.99 for CometStriker Labyrinth mode. But thank you very much, Creed, for that donation, $350.
That's awesome.
Very generous.
Thank you. This room with the dragon and the caravan in it, that power up in the middle for some iframes is like invaluable.
Yeah.
You must get that.
Oh, I
This
might
room's just
die in
painful.
the screen. I think I'm fine.
Yeah, you have too many power ups, I think, to want to take that death. And you do get a full health
Yeah.
refill before the boss, so you're good.
Yeah.
Like, for the
we're-
worst boss in the game.
Oh, he's pretty.
Besides,
It's
well,
pretty deep still.
almost. Oh no.
I got it there early. That's not good, but we're gonna try to make it.
The Junk Champ always fires out these ping pong balls that are really mines that explode. He's not using his Bomberman bombs yet, but these, I don't know what to call these lasers, are not exactly friendly. Most characters can deflect the mines by shooting them.
Yep.
You just have to watch the ones that come off the floor and the ceiling. These are the Bomberman bombs.
Does the can the ninja reflect them?
The ninja cannot reflect these shots. There are 6 playable characters
Yeah.
in this game.
So there's a lot of
There we go.
replayability in this game. And yeah, that was a pretty good Drunk Champion.
That was really good.
Let me farm for life just a second.
Yeah.
Just
Well, you got
Alright,
nothing else to do
breaking
while you're
news.
waiting for that core. Breaking news.
oh,
Yeah, so LV Creed has repurposed some of his donation money to meet the incentive for
Hey.
you, Eldra, a Labyrinth mode showcase. So
nice.
we will be seeing that. Thank you very much, Creed, again, for that generous $350 donation.
Okay, final stage here. And
Welcome to Biostation.
yeah, that's when the difficulty goes to maximum at this stage.
Yeah, this stage is mostly filled with powered up enemies that of what you've already seen before, like these mines. Instead of just sending out one fast wave of shots, or sending out 2 waves of shots. You also get some blood cells for some reason. Something about it being a biostation.
Yeah, because you can't have a biostation without those. What am I doing? Okay, I'm fine.
This screen is just painful with all the
Yeah.
generators, and throughout this stage, you're gonna see those those 2 columns there. When you pass over one of them, one of the exploding bugs will come out and start chasing you, which just makes it more fun.
Okay, here I'm gonna take a hit. still have my shield, so it's all good.
Yep. Like you were saying earlier with iframes, anytime you can kind of take a hit and still come out of the screen with full power-ups, it's usually worth it.
Yeah.
You got to very briefly there see one of the more annoying enemies in this stage, the anti-hero.
Yeah.
It's like a ghost CometStriker that can only be destroyed by, I guess it's a power core that you're blowing up.
Yeah. I think it's an hologram or something.
Something like that. He's really annoying.
Yeah.
Every room it's in.
Alright, here we come, disaster, because it's gonna be a disaster.
It says it right there on the top of the screen. If you haven't noticed yet, every room does have a name. This one is a disaster.
And yeah, I could go for some fancy thing to skip a phase, but I don't think I'm gonna go because my shield is pretty valuable. Like if I explode in the middle of the screen when it does that, like the bullets just hit him and it skipped this phase. But like it's not like super like a big time saver. So.
The disaster, when it gets down to about a third of its hit points, will do that, fill up most of the screen maneuver. And then when it's down to like the last, however many that was, you get that last sort of
and here we have
not impressive attack.
Robo Dragon.
Robo Dragon's probably the hardest enemy in the game, which is why it's good. There's only 2 of them.
Oh no. Okay, that's fine. There's a shield on the next screen. Oh yeah, and the sniper now shoots like 1 billion bullets before they shoot.
Yeah.
Like really fast at you.
It's like the one good thing is like you generally recognize most of these enemies. You have an idea of what you're in for.
Yeah. Here we have another hologram. We need to do some card key stuff with them.
That strat is great, using just that like little rock as cover from the shots.
Yeah.
Terrain will block most enemy shots, the smaller ones especially. I think like some of the big purple Hadouken type attacks will just go through everything.
Mm-hmm. If you hit this guy just right, you can kill them with like a 3 boost. You can also see like my boost meter above my character. Like every time.
Every boost, you can see like the dots draining. Any character
Yeah.
that has more than 1 boost at a time, you can see that. There's also like this little sound effect you're probably seeing with like white circles appearing around Striker when the boost recharges. No, Colonel Fatso is right, and he can speak to it a lot better than I can about this being a throwback Konami stage, because as the stage goes on, it's definitely like, hey, doesn't like every game like this end with some sort of weird bio station or something like that?
Yeah, and I'm sure the developer knows about that. Like,
They have to. I just haven't like cleared enough of them to really be able to speak authoritatively about it. I barely know the Gradius lore. Wow.
yeah, it's pretty safe to just go there, and it's even better when you have the shield because you can kill those eyes in 1 hit. Okay. We're getting close to the end of the stage.
One more hover tank. Well, super hover tank, Mark II.
Yeah,
Just a few shots on the screen here.
yeah, only a few.
Another Patra. I don't care what his actual name is.
He has the map.
Patra guards the map.
Alright, and then we have the end, which is probably, oh my god, that's not
Oh
good.
boy.
Yeah, this screen, even with full out, sometimes I just flounder, but it's fine if I lose like everything because there's a full power up right here.
The
So
game's very nice and powers you all the way up to full before the final bosses.
yeah,
It's also worth noting if you're not playing, the easier the difficulty you play on, the sooner the game stops you from progressing
Yeah.
to more of these bosses. So for easy, this is the final boss,
Yeah.
except it's easier.
It's a bit easier on easy, I think.
And this difficulty, he is very harder.
Okay.
This is the reanimator. I'm sure you've kind of caught on to what's going on here.
Yeah.
They tend to use slightly different patterns. Like I think they even mix and max patterns, because that
Oh.
crab used one of the Junk Champions patterns, and the beetle just shot out crab bubbles.
Yeah, I don't know what went on there because
You got this.
yeah. Oh, whoops. It's fine. Okay, crab is good. That's my favorite pattern.
Crab, I think, was actually even nerfed recently
Yeah,
on some of the
it was.
difficulties. Oh boy, 1 hit point. What are you doing to us?
Oh man, this went a bit better in practice, but yeah, we're so good. Here I'm gonna be sure to take the multi-boost because,
Yeah.
oh man, this only gets harder.
Wall boss.
Yeah. And here we have onion rings and missile pattern. Because
Rinkas and missiles. Best pattern.
yeah, and because onion rings are pretty tasty, I guess.
I guess that makes the other one relish packets, because it explodes into green shots.
And there we have one of the worst pattern because every time there's these like guys, they stay for a long time, so they're pretty bad. I've become a bit better to manage them over the time playing this game.
You can also kind of see Eldra's focusing on one eye at a time, and at the end of each pattern there's this sort of orb that goes across the screen. You can only attack an eye that does not have that orb. Which does mean there's a brief period where you could attack either eye, but generally it's only the one side.
I don't like this purple beam, but we should be fine. Okay. That was great because there's only one power up after this boss, so, and I didn't get it, so.
Nice. So everybody was already referencing the fact that this is like an old-time space horror game, so you know what has to be at the end.
The art.
Giant heart.
And this boss has a. I'm gonna focus for this one.
Mm-hmm. So triple boost is very important because you have to shoot the switches on both sides to uncover the heart.
This, like when he does that, it's pretty bad. Because a lot of there's a lot of thing you have to react to, and the pattern is never the same on this boss either. Sometimes I lose a life on this boss even if I'm fully powered, so.
The nice thing is that you can kind of see the full hitbox of the laser well before it actually appears.
Yeah.
The snakeheads have mostly a known pattern. That blue one only appears on very hard and is sort of a rover, just kind of appearing wherever it wants to.
Yeah, I think they nerfed it on hard because it was too hard. Shoutouts to Dark Terex.
Shoutouts to Dark Terex. If only he was in this game.
And that was a good art. And now we have the escape part.
We do need an escape.
Which is the final part of the game.
Just a minute 30, and we're out of here. I think.
You think so?
Probably. I don't see what could possibly go wrong from here. Just a few bonus bugs. Weird thing about this screen is you actually can't shoot left.
Yeah.
So if you pass an enemy and don't get points that you wanted for whatever reason, sorry.
I actually don't want to get it another time. Because that would be very bad.
Yeah, one more hit, you would lose the triple boost, and that is catastrophic. One thing I heard the developers mention too about this stage, you may not have noticed it, maybe you did throughout the game. If you're shooting, you move a lot slower.
Yeah.
So if you're holding the shoot button through the stage, you might not make some of these.
Okay, I'm good. And this is where the hard difficulty ends after this section.
Hard ends after the escape. Very hard. I think we have a Mega Man X boss appearing here because it says warning on the screen. That's not right.
No. Okay. So, this is an optional boss. To make it appear, you need to finish the game on very hard without losing a credit.
Once you are here, you can continue, but you can't continue before this point.
No. And as you'll see, it gets a bit crazy.
This first pattern is always like this, and from after this, things, like you said, get a little crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the ninja pattern.
Yeah, like the boss has like a dozen, no, not a dozen, but maybe 10 patterns. And they're all very long, and he has a lot of HP.
Just a little bit, because that meter at the bottom of the screen is going down very slowly.
And yeah, it's nice because I still have my boost now. Oh, this is one of my most favorite pattern. Yes. I used to use I tried to use like an audio cube, but sometimes it doesn't align well for my dash, so I need to check the ring when it's stopped. Yeah, you as soon as you stop your dash, if you wait enough, you can recharge all three.
You don't have to use all three for them to recharge, but if you do an extra boost, the timer of the recharge resets entirely.
And
So you can use all three at once, or you could stretch them out a lot, and the recharge will be based off of the last one you actually use.
and that was the fountain pattern. Oh, this one. Oh, okay. These.
Stupid bird.
Yeah, they feel a bit random. I have heard that not many people beat this boss with the Lieutenant Striker. And there we have the Tetris pattern, my least favorite pattern.
I don't think anybody likes this pattern.
No, but
Nice.
we did it.
We did it.
Oh my god, that was a great fight too.
This boss is definitely one of those, like, you happen to accidentally kill it
And
eventually.
it's time.
That is time. 38, 23, 10.
Yeah. My
Goodness.
PB is 3653, I think. I'm just gonna let the ending because it's pretty good. And
Well, this ending is awesome.
yeah.